always look at Cat, Komatsu, John Deere, all these guys. If you see it on the machine, it's probably an option. A lot of things they build in as options, we put in standard. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you're going apples for apples, because they're having to build that into the price of the machine. Customer says, well, I don't want a reversible fan. Well, we can't take it off ours, but the price is going to be right there, going to be lower than the competition. And if they add it in there, then they got to build a bunch of money back into it. So just keep it in mind.
There's quite a bit of commonality of parts among all of our product line, and that's an advantage for the dealer, especially because you can represent with fewer line item parts. You can represent a broader line of our product, less inventory dollars. The advantage to the customer is it's a little extra insurance if we're going to have the right stuff in stock. Less items to keep on the shelf. This? Yeah.
That's standard counterweight. I didn't know there's
Standard plate coils. It is a hydraulic motor driven fan. Because of it being hydraulic driven versus belt drive, the advantage is fuel consumption and less. It doesn't rob the engine of horsepower because of the belt having to turn that. Since it's driven off a hydraulic.
Variable speed fan.
And it's variable speed based on the demands of the machine. If the machine's running fine because it's cooler outside, the fan doesn't spin as fast, uses less hydraulics, uses less fuel. It's an efficiency.
you have to turn it off to use it reverse up, right?
Aluminum coolers, aluminum for better heat dissipation. And you can get a shot of a view of the coolers right here through this glass, and they're also spread apart enough that it makes it easier to clean. Accessible. We've got remote drains or environmental drains for the coolant and the engine oil. With some of the green folks out there, less spillage on a job may be important. Makes it a lot easier. Plus, you don't have to get on your hands and knees to drain your oil. We get a lot of comments on our machines being mechanic friendly. So if you're talking to a customer that conducts his own maintenance and repairs, it's a good selling feature. And a lot of times going at an owner operator guy, that'll mean something to him, having all these easy maintenance items. Automotive style air cleaner housing. The locks that are on there, it's kind of monkey proof. You know that you're getting a good seal on your air filter. There's been cases where engines are dusted because somebody didn't realize that they didn't install everything properly. This one's kind of hard to screw up. It's by no means exclusive, but it's a good selling point as well. You've got to clean those filters out and replace them quite often, and just knowing that you've got a positive seal there is safe. Climb the machine. You've always got a place for 2 hands and 1 foot, or 1 hand and 2 feet. And in certain situations, with certain customers, that's going to be an important factor, especially government or wet conditions.
Point out the clean hose riding there in the center. Especially
if you stick your head in the articulation joint of all these machines we've looked at today, you'll notice that ours is pretty clean, pretty well laid out, easy to identify problems, and you'll notice that we don't have that big bank of hoses hanging in the way. Makes a difference when you're accessing transmission and stuff like that. There's not a lot in the way. If we were to crank the machine up and articulate it, you can climb up in there and basically sit down and do the work you're going to need to do in that area.